Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's often been said that Rachel Zegler is the most insufferable woman in Hollywood as of right now, and well, I think that's pretty much a fair basis of true as well, because it's one of them situations where we have seen time and time again a lot of really crazy things come out of her mouth. She talked about the original Disney Snow White being weird, and being, the Prince Charming being kind of a stalker, and it just wasn't really kind of her thing, and apparently the ride scared her as the kid, and yada yada yada, and that wasn't going to be their version in any way, shape, or form. No, she was going to be a strong, independent woman in this one, and she wasn't going to need no man. And obviously, from the fact that really the trailer got ratioed into oblivion, we know that the fact that they have done massive amounts of reshoots for this movie to try to make it even slightly more palatable to the average person out there, well, it looks like obviously after this movie is going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars at the box office now, according to a leaked trailer. It looks like we've got confirmation of exactly what we thought was going to happen, and it's exactly what Rachel Zegler said. Boys and girls, she's not going to need any prince to save herself, because no, ladies and gentlemen, she's going to save the prince. Because we've got this lovely article over here from thatparkplace.com. Parts of upcoming Snow White trailer allegedly leak online and show a drastic change in narrative. Yes, boys and girls, obviously now long gone is the whole fairest of them all, because anybody out there that believes Rachel Zegler is more attractive than Gal Gadot, well, not only do I believe you think you should have your head checked, but I also got some oceanfront property out there in Arizona I'd like to sell you, because this thing is going to be a disastrous dumpster fire right from the very beginning. In a time where Disney is coming out of an era where they were literally trying to make everything all about identity politics and what it was all about the talking points and all about wham and power and everything else. This is going to be one of the movies out there that is remaining from that era that is going to end up costing them hundreds of millions of dollars, and they have no choice but to release it to try to recoup some kind of money whatsoever, and not end up this absolutely trying to save face in the process, because if they canceled this outright, they would know that they would be admitting a mistake right from the very beginning, and their egos simply will not allow this. So this thing will come out, this thing will end up coming to fruition, and I cannot wait, because we are going to be able to roast the disastrous dumpster fire it is at the box office. And after all, Disney and especially Rachel Zegler are going to get exactly what they deserve. So we're going to check out this article from thatparkplace.com, getting all of the juicy details of exactly what we've got from this. Obviously, we can't show you the leaked trailer out there because of YouTube's algorithm purposes out there. But if you want to actually see it, go check us out over there on Rumble at The Common Nerd, and you can catch the recap of our live stream where you can actually see the clip, or you can just go out there on Twitter and X and you can watch it yourself. But we will get in trouble for that, so we're just going to give you the description. I did watch it to verify what was in this, and it all is true and accurate to what That Park Place has said for their article. So before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, if you'd like to leave us a comment in the section down below, let us know what you think about this whole situation. Does it surprise you at all? Have you watched the leaked portions of the trailer for yourself? Does it surprise you? Do you think this will be some of the stuff they change going forward? Is this all right on deadpan? And let us know what you think about this movie going forward. What do you think about Rachel Zegler as well? Leave us those comments in the section down below. And if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. So from thatparkplace.com and our dear sweet WDW Pro, who has an incredible track record on inside information when it comes to all things Disney and a lot of other portions of Hollywood as well. Parts of upcoming Snow White trailer allegedly leak online, show drastic change in narrative. Yeah, just a little bit. Gone is the evil queen trying to take out her rival, trying to take out the one person that is fairer than her and all of the rest of the world out there. And now we've got nothing more than an evil queen doing terrible things. And guess what? Snow White's going to be the hero to save the day, boys and girls. Ain't it going to be grand? Rachel Zegler said Snow White doesn't need a prince to save her in the upcoming live-action remake of the Walt Disney classic. If a reportedly leaked portion of the trailer is accurate, it would seem that's message of the movie. In fact, it appears to go so far as to be a movie about Snow White rescuing the prince instead. How charming, eh? I see what you did there, Pro. Good job, buddy. I like that. I like that a lot. And literally, that's exactly what it shows. Like I said, I can't show you this right here, but they're going to describe it a little bit here as well, because it's one of them situations where I don't even know, does he describe it very well? Exactly what we've got right here. So essentially what happens in this little trailer clip right here, right, is we're seeing the evil queen standing there, the gorgeous Gal Gadot, right, standing right there next to the halfway, the semi-attractive, but not near as gorgeous as Gal Gadot. Rachel Zegler standing there. She's looking all frumpy with her little hair looking thing, just like you saw and just like you've seen in the posters and everything else, right? So what she does is the prince is getting dragged off. The evil queen is sentencing him to something. He's getting dragged off. And so Snow White interrupts Queen. She goes, "My Majesty," she goes, the people could use a little kindness. right? Trying to go, well, please don't hurt the prince. Please don't do the mean things to him. And Gal Gadot responds to her and she goes, I don't remember when you became so opinionated. So yeah, cat fight, girl boss, yada, 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 yada. Not all that kind of nonsense. But literally, it's setting her up to have to go save the prince because he's going to be the ones in the dungeons. So I don't know if she's going to go out there and collect all of her friendly little magical creatures or her magical little hobos that we saw in some of the pictures. I don't know who she's going to get, but it sounds like she's going to be the one coordinating the team in order to break the prince out and color us shocked there. Knowing this is a movie that comes out of the Disney Dark Ages era of the past few years that has been nothing but identity politics, wham and power forward, and of course, screw over any strong male character that actually might be able to come in and be a hero. Because God forbid a strong male character actually come in and save a woman in any way, shape, or form, because that would, of course, take away from her agency in some kind of crazy, weird, wacky way that they think about this and not make her the strong, independent woman that everyone absolutely despises and can't stand in the modern movie era. The unaffiliated X account, Snow White 2025, appears to have leaked footage of the trailer early. And though the account missed the release date, thinking it would be November 18th, other trailers for the films dropped within 48-hour period that may have caused Disney to rethink the timing. How to Train Your Dragon, for example, released on November 19th. So obviously it's one of them situations where this guy still obviously has footage that all looks, or guy or gal, I don't know. I hate to misgender them after all. But needless to say, it all looks pretty accurate. It's obviously the characters that we've seen in all of this kind of stuff, so I'd imagine they might have got the date wrong, but it sounds like they do actually, from the footage we've seen, actually have access to the leaked trailer. But like Pro said in the article right here, Disney might not have wanted to release it at the time that was initially instituted because of the How to Train Your Dragon trailer, of course, releasing this week as well. So expectations are that Rachel Zegler film may face significant headwinds and a strong dislike of the lead actress already baked into the cake. That's Pro being very, very nice. This movie is going to lose hundreds of millions of the dollars at the box office and could end up turning into a worse flop than the Marvels. And holy cow, ladies and gentlemen, that will be a beautiful thing to see. Rachel Zegler issued an apology on her Instagram account if she wished the majority of Americans would never know peace as a punishment for the election results. Questions have been strong about whether Zegler is even going to issue that apology. Obviously, we can go over this. We covered this before, but literally it's completely and totally different from what she normally points out there. And then, of course, as Montero points out, the actress posted 4 diatribes to her Instagram while backstage between acts at Romeo and Juliet, the Broadway show she's currently starring in. What's interesting is how starkly different Zegler's initial meltdown looks from her apology. In her attack against Trump supporters, she writes in all lowercase letters. Yet the Rachel Zegler apology includes capitalization and flawless grammar. This leads one to wonder whether Rachel Zegler wrote it herself or if it was provided to her by a publicist or even Disney higher up. I'd imagine Disney's higher ups. And Montero isn't the only one to point this out. Ryan of RK Outpost out there put it of Geeks and Gamers also pointed this out as well while I was watching his live stream. We were talking about that, and that's a really good point. It's not the way she typically writes, so more than likely, actually, we can basically guarantee it at this point. It was absolutely either from my publicist or more than likely Disney higher ups. Whatever's going on with the Snow White trailer, it's likely to release in the next days. Both Wicked and Moana 2 are aiming for the same demographic Snow White will want to capture, and they're both releasing in short order. The question is whether or not audiences will want to order Snow White onto their 2020-25 movie menu experience anytime soon. And ladies and gentlemen, I know Pro is trying to be nice. He's trying to be fair about things, and I completely understand that, and I respect him so much for that. Boys and girls, the common nerd ain't like that. This movie is going to be a disastrous dumpster fire. It's going to cost the Walt Disney Company hundreds of millions of dollars, and you can almost solely lay that at the feet of Rachel Zegler. Was this thing going to be a disastrous dumpster fire, woke nonsense, no matter what Rachel Zegler said? Absolutely. But knowing out front the PR disaster years before this movie has come out, to already have that monkey on your back automatically guaranteed this movie was going to be a flop. And then pile on top of that, the Walt Disney Company spent hundreds of millions of dollars more doing reshoots, trying to change stories, trying to bring in a little girl so that way Rachel Zegler got less screen time in the movie. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, those are all rumors we have heard, and I cannot wait for this movie to come out to find out that they're all absolutely accurate. The Walt Disney Company already knows this thing is going to be a flop, and I personally cannot wait to watch this thing burn itself absolutely out into oblivion. And Disney has no one but itself to blame except Rachel Zegler and them for hiring them and ever deciding to go down in this direction. At the end of the day, this movie is going to be a flop. Whether or not this trailer leaks are completely and totally 100% accurate, after seeing them for myself, I have no reason to doubt their authenticity. At the end of the day, it's going to end up being true. We knew from the very get-go what kind of nonsense it was going to be because Rachel Zegler opened her mouth and told everybody. And it's one of them situations where we have talked about this time and time again. The easiest way to know what kind of product you are going to be getting from one of these companies, whether it be a movie, whether it be a television show, is to listen to the people involved. Listen to the people that are out there doing the media stuff. Listen to the creatives involvement. Listen to the actors and the actresses, because they more than likely or not more than likely will tell you the truth because they believe in their cause. They are possessed by the spirit of the age. They are complete and total cultists locked into all of this kind of woke ideology, and they will absolutely stout it out because they believe they're the smartest, bestest, fastest person to ever grace the planet, and they know better than all of you out there. And guess what, boys and girls, just like what we have shown Hollywood and the gaming industry and all of everybody else out there over the last couple of years, no, we are not stupid idiots that you are going to educate. We are smarter than you have ever been, and we are faster than you have ever been, and we will roast you, destroy your products until you absolutely cannot stand it anymore and change your ways. And the beauty of it is Disney is now changing their ways, and Rachel Zegler's meltdown and all of the backlash that caused it, plus the election, are exactly why that is happening. And boys and girls, this Snow White live action movie is going to be a disastrous dumpster fire. The box office cost them hundreds of millions of dollars. And guess what, Disney? You did it to yourself, and you're gonna get exactly what you deserve.